Everything has changed. It is now time of the color purple. Purple is the color of kings and queens. Nobody could wear purple in those days, except royal people. Roman citizens could wear a little stripe of purple, but that was all. Purple is a serious color. And something serious is about to happen. A king is coming, but he is not the king of kings that people thought were coming. This king had no army, no great house, and no riches. This king was a baby, born in a barn. The king who was coming is still coming. This is full of mystery. You know, a mystery is hard to enter sometimes. And that is why this time of Advent is so important. Sometimes people can walk right through a mystery and not even know it's there.
This time of year, you'll see people hurrying in the malls, buying things and doing this and that. But they will miss the mystery. They don't know how to get ready, or maybe they just forgot. The church learned a long time ago that people need a way to get ready, to enter, or even come close to the mystery of Christmas. The church set aside 4 weeks to get ready. This is such a great mystery that it takes that long to get ready. During this time, we were all on the way to Bethlehem. We were all making the journey. We were all getting ready to enter the mystery of Christmas.
Prophets are the people who come so close to God, and God comes close to them, that they know what is most important. They pointed to the way of Bethlehem. They didn't know exactly what was going to happen there, but they knew exactly this was the place. On the first Sunday of Advent, we remember the prophets. Here is the hand of the prophet pointing to the way of Bethlehem, showing us the way too.
Stop, watch, pay attention.
Something incredible is going to happen in Bethlehem. Let's light the candle of the prophets.
On the second Sunday of Advent, we remember the Holy Family. The Holy Family is on the way to Bethlehem, and we are going with them. Mary was about to have a baby. It is very hard to walk when you're about to have a baby. Sometimes she could not take another step. Then she rode on a donkey. It is also very hard to ride on a donkey when you are about to have a baby. When she couldn't ride another step, she got down and walked. She rode and walked and walked and rode. They must have been the last people up the road to Bethlehem that night. Let's light the candle of the Holy Family.
On the third Sunday of Advent, we remember the shepherds. The shepherds were standing in the fields around Bethlehem, keeping their sheep. They were trying to stay awake so the wolves would not come and get the sheep. Suddenly, there was so much light in the sky that it hurt their eyes. They were afraid. Their hearts were beating so loudly. When they could hear something besides their own heart beating, they thought they heard singing in the sky. That scared them, until they heard the words of the song. The angels were singing, "Don't be afraid."
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Don't 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 be afraid. Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Angels often say, "Don't be afraid," because it is very scary to have the messenger of God come to you. The angels singing sounded something like this: "Don't be afraid. We bring you tidings of great joy, peace on earth and goodwill to everyone. A child is born. Go, hurry, run to Bethlehem and see the child who is changing everything. Let's light the candle of the shepherds."
Look, there is something different about this candle. It is the color of roses. This is to remind us of the great joy the angels sang of it. Also, it helps us remember that even if it is very serious to get ready to come close to a great mystery like Christmas, you can't be too serious of all the time as you get ready. It's also a time for celebration. There is one more thing about the color of roses. It is also one of the colors for the Mother Mary. We remember her again, for without Mother Mary, there would be no baby.
On the fourth Sunday in Advent, we remember the three kings, the Magi, the wise people. They came from far in the east, and they were so wise that people thought they were magic. In fact, we get our own word magic from the name they were called in their language, the Magi. Of all the many things they knew the most about stars. They knew where each star was supposed to be at each time of year, so they could tell people when it was time to plant their crops or take a trip on the ocean in a boat, or cross the high mountain passes when the snow wasn't too deep. Suddenly, they saw the wild star. It was not on any of their star maps. It went where it wanted to go. It didn't stay put. They decided to follow the star to see where it was going and what it wanted to show them.
They followed the star all the way to Bethlehem, but they came from so far away that they got there after the baby was born. They are always late, it seems. Every year they are late. They usually don't arrive until January 6th, but we remember them anyway, because like us, they too are on the way to Bethlehem. Let's light the candle of the Magi.
next week is Christmas, and we will celebrate the great mystery. When you come to the mystery of Christmas, everything changes. It becomes the time of the color white, color of pure celebration.
But of all the creatures there that night, perhaps the most amazed was the old cow. When the old cow came up to the feed box in the morning to eat some straw, she found a baby lying in the manger. Someone had put a soft cover over the straw. The manger had become a bed. All the old cow could do was look and look at the baby with her big brown eyes. Let's light the candle.
We are almost done now. But wait. Watch. We want to show you something very strange and very important. We want to show you what happens when the light is changed. Sometimes people don't pay attention to this. They miss this part. Look. Do you see how the flame is in just one place now? It is right here. When I change the light, it will no longer be in just one place. You can't see it after it spreads out all over the room, but it is there.
Watch. Do you see it? It's no longer here in this one place. Now it's spreading out, getting thinner and thinner as it fills up the room with the light of the prophets, the light of the Holy Family, the light of the Magi, the light of the Christ child. Soon, you may not be able to even see it at all, but that doesn't mean it's not there. You can still feel the lights filling up the room with the Christmas story. Anywhere you go, you can come close to them. This is the end of our pageant, but it's not the end of our story. We're still on the road to Bethlehem. The journey doesn't end there. It's happening now.